So what he came to do was to demonstrate that death is only a doorway into eternal life. And when he was leaving, he said, I go to prepare a place, and where I go, you will go. And this is the time. This is what we are now all doing. He was the one who demonstrated how to do it. And that was the resurrection process, not the crucifixion, the resurrection process. And now this is the time on the earth that he was talking about, that he said he would return and bring us all back to the light with him. So what's coming back is not him physically, but all of us moving into Christ consciousness. And that, especially after we went through that activation on February 22nd, when the new earth was officially launched, this is exactly what we're doing now. So I'm going to read to you a little bit about my book, out of my book. It's called At Mother Mary's Table. This book is taken from past life regression, and it's all from people who were with Master Jesus and Mother Mary. And I would just like to read you a little bit from one of my friends, Colin, who was part of the group of souls that were around Mother Mary at the time of the birth, creating like a vortex for the Christ child to be born into. And then they came back for the resurrection. So I just would like to read you that little bit, because it gets the feeling of how it was to actually be there. This is why I wrote the book, because there's so much misinformation about the story of Jesus and Mother Mary. So she asked me to write the book because of what a lot of the information that we're getting through the church is just not accurate. So here we go. So Colin was part of the Council of Masters who guided the whole mission of Jesus, who were always supporting him. So I feel myself in the presence of Mother Mary. Her presence pulls in more of my essence being the balance, the divine masculine. She's holding my hands and looking into my eyes, and we see each other very deeply beyond our human form. I am recognizing her, and she is recognizing me. She seems to be guiding our energy towards another figure. He is our beloved Yeshua. He is drawing our energy, and we are directing it towards him together. He is in between the physical world and the next world. He seems to be stepping towards us. This is when Jesus is in the tomb. That's what they're talking about. We seem to be in more than one place. So I can see him in his body, but I can also see him with us as a third energy in a triangle. This is what we described in our stories as resurrection. He is still in his body, but it's being regenerated as he is stepping from one state to another, but still staying within the body. We have not done this before, this kind of transition. I have not witnessed this before. I am watching Yeshua going through the resurrection process, and we are helping him. He is drawing from our energy stream, and we are providing him with stability, with balance. It's like a tunnel of light. He's drawn into it, but is then guided back to his physical form. He has not left his body, and yet he has. It's similar to an out-of-body experience, I imagine, for him. But he needs to go back. He needs to be seen. This is very emotional suddenly. This is when Yeshua's body is in the tomb. His body is lying down, and we are assisting in bringing back his soul and the energies associated with his higher self. so that his body can contain it. This energy is much higher. I am in a physical body and in a light body at this time. I am both. I'm with Mother Mary. We are together physically somewhere, but we are focusing our attention on him, and on another plane, we are together with him. We are caressing him. He is much loved, a very brave soul. I sense that there are more people with us on the physical plane. We're sitting in a circle, holding hands in the group. Mary Magdalene is there. So on each side of me, I have his mother and his partner. John is here, John the Beloved. Not all of the disciples are here. Charmian is here. I keep getting her both as Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. Not sure which one she is in this context. I feel like she is in both. We are all together and we are aware of what we are doing. We know that this is what we came to do, to assist in this process. We have gathered to do this. We have gathered to stabilize his energies so that he can fulfill his mission. We're in a different place than the tomb, but we are focusing our energy into the tomb. We are walking with Yeshua through a very light tunnel. It's very similar to the birth, when we were describing how the birth occurred and the soul coming into the body, in that his energies needed to be brought into the physical. This time, the physical is a mature body as opposed to a child's body. We are guiding him, and as his energy enters the body, we assist in stabilizing it. It's quite challenging. The body has been dormant, but quite quickly the vital organs come back. But it's different. There is something uniquely different, because the state that the body is in now is more than one dimension. It has a radiance and it's almost transparent. The body becomes more than it was before. And if you were to look at it, you would see something like a glow or a halo, but all over. He's beginning to awaken now. He knows we are here because he came in with this team. It feels good. It feels really good. He can move from one place to another here. He can move in his physical body now. He doesn't need to be in the tomb, so he's simply going to move. He's just in one place 1 second, and the next second he is with us in the room. We are hugging him. We are in our physical form and he is here with us. We can see and feel his physical form now, his body. He's come back. He's here now, sobbing. The love is so strong. His interaction with Mother Mary is very gentle. They touch each other's cheeks. It is the realization or the recognition that he has done, makes me cry, what he came to do. Everybody is so happy. He hugs each one of us because we've all been recognized by him as a brother or sister. He goes round to each one of us and looks into our eyes, touching us deeply. He's left me until last. He sees me so deeply. I am shaking. It feels like we merge. All of our energies combine as our eyes meet in a kind of swirl. So I hope you felt like I do when I read this. I'm there, and what I love about Yeshua in all the stories, he's so present with each person. He personally connects with each person. So would anyone like to say anything about that? Did it anything touch you, or did you notice anything? Never mind. So this is the time that we are in now, and that's why we're here today, because we are doing exactly what Yeshua did. We're just not doing it in 3 days. we're doing it.
Charmian,
Yeah.
just to let you know, how strange is this? I was actually reading that paragraph today.
Well, you really, wow, that's amazing. Yeah, the book is on Amazon if anybody wants to get it, and it's about 18 different people who were with Mother Mary, including me, and it's the whole story. It's the real story of how they lived in simplicity and in love. There was nothing about hell and judgment and sin and all that burning and eternal damnation. Nothing about that at all. Just forgiveness, love. Don't judge other people because you don't know their story. And we've all got stuff that we would rather we hadn't done. So we can't make judgments about anybody else's shortcomings. It's just about unconditional love, and everybody that reads the book feels that energy coming through it. So what he was demonstrating was how to transmute the physical body from just a dense body to infuse it with the light of the soul. And that is what ascension is. That's what we are going through now. And this always was written in the plan, that the seed was going to be sown 2,000 years ago. But what is happening now on the earth, that we're in the ascension process, he calls this time, and he calls us the blossoming of the tree. He planted the seed. The tree has been growing for 2,000 years, but it wasn't time yet for all of us to do exactly what he does. But he never meant to set himself up as a world religion. He didn't want people to just follow him. He wants us to do what he did, to embrace all of our light essence.